Okay, what we're going to take a look at today are functions. Now, functions are a little bit tricky. They're sometimes hard to remember, especially if a student has to work with functions, say 6 months from now on a MEP test or something like that. They're not too bad of a concept when they're taught to the students, and the students can work on the problems immediately. But I'm going to try to give you a couple methods to hopefully allow the function idea to stick with you so that you can possibly remember how to, or what a function is on a MEP test. Just a little introduction first of all. A function is the x value is paired with one y value. Okay, and it's got to be a different value. So the domain is paired with one range basically. So this right here would be an example of a function. 2 is paired with 1, 4 with 3, 5 with 4, 9 with 7. So if the question was, would this be a function? It would be, because they're paired with exactly 1. Now, this would not be a function if I said, okay, how about 2 and 10? Okay, now it would not be a function because 2 is already paired with 1. 2 cannot be paired with another range value or another y value. So if you have a chart with x and y values, a fast way to determine if it's a function or not is look and see if there's any numbers that repeat. If there is, it is not a function. So in this case here, not a function. If we covered that up like we had earlier, then yes, it is a function. Okay? This might help a little bit better. Okay, I think of it as like back in elementary, maybe a teacher explained to you that there was a magic box that we throw a number into the box takes that number and does something to it, and it spits out a different number. That's an example of a function, basically. Okay, so if this is the box and the magic box is adding 3 to the numbers we throw into the box, be a good example of how functions work. Okay, so if we threw a 2 into the box, okay, it would spit out a 5. If we threw a 4 into the magic box, okay, it would add 3 to it and spit out a 7. That's probably the easiest way to remember what a function is. And in most cases, if you have a question on a MEP test, if you can remember that it's like a magic box that's gonna do something to a number you throw in, you'll be able to answer quite a few of the questions and determine whether it is a function or not. Now, if we throw a 2 in, it can only spit out a 5. Okay, so that's why, each of these is going to be paired with a different value. Okay, it's not going to throw a 2 in and spit out a 10 also, because it can't. If it's adding 3 to it, that's all it can do so that's an example of a function. All right, let's take a look at how questions are asked dealing with functions. Okay, you're going to see this symbol. Okay, that's the function symbol, f of x. Okay, here would be like the magic box. This is what is happening when you throw the number in. So they'll ask the questions this way here. They'll say the function of 3. Okay, so we're taking 3 and we're going to substitute it in for x right here in the equation, and then we solve. And that's the answer. That's what f of 3 would equal then. So if I put 3 in here, 6 times 3 is 18. 18 minus 4 is 14. So the f of 3 for this situation here would be 14. Okay, now we have one a little bit different, a negative number. So we take this, -5, and we stick it in for x. Okay, so now we got 6 times -5, which is -30. -30 minus 4 is -34. Okay, so those would be the answers for that scenario. Okay, and this is how it would be written, and this is how the questions will normally be asked. Okay, what is f of 3? What is f of -5? So you substitute those in, just like I showed, and that's how you go ahead and solve that. Hopefully this will be helpful, either on your assignment or in understanding functions in the future.